Hi guys. Essentially, this episode, I think we're going to do some Green Lantern missions. Also, between episode, I took some time to essentially upgrade my exobits. So I used to have alpha mods. Now I have beta mods. Not a big deal. Essentially, instead of having like two extra precisions, now I have six extra precisions. But a little bit helps. So there's no reason not to have those. And also, I will go get some new colas. Essentially, right now, I have access to the Soda Cola Plus that actually give a lot more health than the Soda Cola Classics. So I'll take the mission here first, and then I'll get some
Greetings.
new
The
colas.
Green Lantern Corps is tasked with keeping intergalactic order, but there's something interfering with our rings.
Can I get some? Oh, can I get some from Miss Turner here?
What can I help you with?
Help us defeat their evil
No.
power of fear, and the Corps will
What can I help you with?
Almost
This is
never use
Superman.
those
Glad to see
tables
you
in the
join the
safe
fight
house
against
or in the
Sinestro.
police station.
According to Green Lantern, whatever's
Uh,
disrupting their power rings is here in Metropolis. Until they find it, it's up to us to take out Sinestro's vanguard and help the Corps. Their rings draw on pure willpower. See if you can lend some of yours.
Holy crap, the plants are expensive now. Now to buy a dominance one, it costs 25 marks of victory. Holy crap, that's a lot. So let's go buy a few colas. As you may have noticed, I haven't used colas all
Need
that
any
much,
merchandise to help with your everyday
but
battle for
they can be
freedom,
useful,
truth, and justice?
and I will sell those I have. Was sure I had another stack. Oh, strange. Oh, it's imprinted to an armory. Oh, okay, I'll get it. I'll sell it later.
Need any merchandise to help with your everyday battle for freedom, truth, and justice?
So essentially, right now, as you can see, I have access to Sorter Cola Plus. The next one is Sorter Cola Supreme, but it's gonna be at level 23. So well, let's buy just one stack of Sorter Cola Plus, just to make sure I have at least a few. I haven't started using colas all that much. Right now, it's pretty much just used in case of emergency. Today we may try our first group mission, maybe or not. Well, let's start with the vault. I don't usually do the vault with you guys, but I've been thinking about maybe filming also when I'm in the vault, just to be able to compare to keep track of what you get in the vault after quite a while. Probably should have started that since I created the character. I may do that maybe with if I create another character at some point. I'll probably do that. I'll start doing the vault from the start, and we can start documenting how generous the random number generator is with a character that does the vault daily. Well, we'll see. Essentially, there's some people who would like me to use a DC character as opposed to a Marvel character for those videos. I'll probably end up doing both. So at some point, I'll probably do some videos using a DC character. I just didn't make up my mind yet which one I'll use. Although in the long run, I'll probably use a whole bunch of them for various reasons. Like at some point, if I start to do videos about certain weapons, well then I'll select a character I have which is using that weapon so that I can explain it to you guys. So we're going to start using our on-duty menu. So right now we have access to four missions: Area 51, Gorilla Island, Hive Moon Base, and Oolong Island. And also we have access to all the PvP maps, but I'm not gonna start doing those yet. Also, we have access to the Legends Hall of Doom Armory, and that too. I'll wait a bit before we start going there. So I'm going to queue for the Area 51, so that essentially as we go do our because I'm not sure that I don't think the mission will pop right away. It'll probably take a while. So odds are we'll probably be able to do, I don't know, one, maybe two missions before the Area 51 mission actually starts. But then again, I may be mistaken. Maybe it'll start right away. Let's see. I'm going to queue as both roles, just because I more or less can do both right now. And then I'll get out of here. The matchmaking system sometimes can be pretty quick, but sometimes it can take a long while, especially with older missions like this. I wonder what this little guy is doing here. Seems to be all the way down. Let's continue. Oh, and there we go. So it didn't take that long. Essentially, for the purpose of these videos, I won't go into group chat. By default, I usually stay in the league chat.
Brainiac is attacking to gain the green kryptonite project Cadmus is researching here in Area 51. We cannot allow this to occur. Eliminate Brainiac's forces and shut down their energy cells to give Cadmus time to muster reinforcements.
Surrender now.
Warning, critical failure, shutting down. Energy source
Servitor detecting foreign entity in the fuel depot. Eliminate.
Warning, critical failure.
So as you see, the other guys are all more or less level 40. So it probably will be a walk in the park.
Your mission has failed.
Energy source destabilized. Warning, critical failure.
Surrender now.
Cadmus reinforcements deployed to fuel depot.
Target engaged. Your mission has failed. This is the will of Brainiac.
So once we get to 50, there's this little guy here who appears. And as you can see, there's one guy already trying to beat the crap out of him. So let's debuff him.
Now to salvage Cadmus's forces and retake
So
their
that was
ammunition
quick.
supply point. If resistance is too heavy, strip the Brainiac forces' neural cores after you defeat.
Chief Researcher's Log. Initial findings indicate that lead may block some amount of kryptonite radiation.
I'll try to keep up. I will look for exclamation points later, I suppose. So in here, there's various soldier that we have to revive, and there's also when we destroy a robot, we have to click on it to gather their encryption code.
Do you hear that? Those metalheads are still after me.
I don't know if you've noticed, there is another controller in the group, but it doesn't seem to be using his power over time. I wasn't using it at first because I thought odds are at level 40 his power over time is much more potent than mine, but he doesn't seem to be using it all that much, so I guess I'll keep on using mine.
Cadmus reinforcements deployed to ammo supply point.
We see a lot of controllers who don't give power, and we see a lot of healers who don't heal at all. So please, if you play a healer or a controller, please give power to your group. And if you play a healer, please heal your group. These are pretty much your main job. I'm not sure where they are. Probably on the top floor. So let's come here and help our friend.
Great. I could use your help. I gotta transport these munitions out of here. Defend me while I get this teleporter working.
Scanner override on. Target locked. Uploading data. Target engaged.
So here we have to defend this little guy while he's preparing to teleport the munition somewhere. Well, we could have used the barrel, but we don't really need to. There we go.
Increasing security at ammunition supply point. Searching for source of disturbance.
One of the hard part of those group missions is that sometimes the players will be all over the place, so it can get kind of hard to keep track with everyone.
Chief Researcher's Log. It's possible that kryptonite may cause radiation poisoning in humans.
So the next part of the mission will be we'll have we lost a guy. I'm not sure what happened here, if that guy left or Anyways. So here we have a bunch of robots to defeat. We have various consoles to activate. And when a robot is defeated, we have to click it, to reprogram it.
Chief Researcher's Log. Our research confirms that kryptonite causes considerable harm to Kryptonians.
In theory, the best option in group mission is to use the chat, the voice chat.
Thank you for your assistance.
Sadly, through the years, more and more I kept on turning off the voice chat. Essentially, it almost every time you would have someone eating crunchy chips, or someone with a crying baby in the background, or someone with his wife screaming at the top of her lungs or something. So it became very annoying to use the voice chat.
Control center defense sequence activated.
The obvious option, of course, is to just mute the people who are making too much noise. But then it came to a point where every single mission you had to mute 2, 3, half the group sometimes. So as time went by, I pretty much stopped going into the voice chat with other players. Usually, what I do is that the voice chat is set to my league by default. So I pretty much ended up using the voice chat only with my friends and my league mates. Now, I took the bad habit, I guess, of not using the voice chat with the group I was playing with. Okay, we seem to be still missing one. Sometimes it's the one over here. No. But also for the purpose of these videos, to be able to talk to you guys, I will not go into the voice chat. There probably will be exceptions. If I ever do a mission like Paradox Wave or something, then I'll probably go to the voice chat to make sure that we can coordinate what we're doing together. Or if I do something like survival mode. Although once you've done a mission often enough, there comes a point where you don't really need the voice chat anymore. When everyone knows what they have to do, you just go each do your job, and that's usually more than enough. But there are occasions when you need a bit more coordination and a bit more teamwork. Poor little guy. I guess we're still missing 1 console. It's not this one. It's not this one. Hi there. My game is full screen, so if you write some messages, I probably won't see them. Not sure how to switch from full screen to be able to see the messages.
Defensive measures are now online.
But thanks for watching.
You have done well. Now is the crucial battle. Just beyond here, a Brainiac servitor and its greater accumulators oversee
that was
the
quick.
transfer of the kryptonite onto their ship. You may not want to face this battle alone. Once the accumulators are down and the kryptonite is safe, Oracle will hack the ship's teleporter so you can deactivate the Prime Servitor itself.
So you can see we have a friend already down there. Here we have a bunch of robots to defeat. And we have a few kryptonite rocks that we have to carry. And I guess someone else will do that. Sometimes you'll see people fighting over who's going to bring the kryptonite. Not sure why. You don't get any bonus points or brownie points for being the one who actually brings the kryptonite. But whatever. And then we still have 5 accumulators to destroy to reach the magic number of 25. Sadly, guys, the boss fight will probably be pretty quick since we have some overgeared players.
Missile locked. System failure. Analyzing ability. Negative.
The victory is yours. Brainiac has failed to gain the green kryptonite. We will store it now at the Watchtower, where it can be properly guarded. The Justice League thanks you, and I will certainly contact you again. Martian Manhunter, out.
I should probably look around for various investigation points and things like that. I'll do that some other time. Well, what do you know? There's a point right here.
The Daily Planet
So let's go back to our mission.
Join
Oh, we
award-winning
completed
journalist
this.
Lois Lane's
Oh, and we're level
live
21 now.
broadcasts for what the Justice League is doing to counter the rise of the new villain forces.
So we'll go continue our mission with the Green Lantern Corps.
Join the fight against Sinestro.
We got a new helmet, which is kind of nice.
Is here in Metropolis. Until
Oh,
they
we got
find
2
it,
new helmets,
it's up to
Retro
us to
Tech.
take out Sinestro's vanguard and help the core.
They're similar
Their
helmets, so
rings draw
I don't
on
know.
pure willpower. See if you
This
can
one's
lend
level
some of yours.
14, yeah. So we got a few new pieces of gear. Oh, pretty much similar. Oh, sharpshooter gloves. Probably something I got from the vault a bit earlier. The Egyptian gloves too. We got a collection from the Area 51. Okay, so as you see, oh, we could maybe do it now. Can we do it now? Oh yeah, we can do it now. Essentially, we have two pieces of gear that we could recover exobits from, and of course, that means making new mods. Now it's beta mods, so let's go for the red one and the yellow one. I didn't take the time to check if it was the right color I needed. We'll see soon enough. So the yellow one is fine, and the red one, is it a red one? It is a red one. So as you see, we change gear pretty often. Hi there. I'm sorry, I can't see the comments, so I hope if you comment and I don't answer, I'm very sorry. The game is full screen right now, and I'm not sure how to go from full screen to adding the comments. So sorry about that. Hopefully you'll still enjoy the show. So here we have a bunch of yellow and green lanterns fighting, and we have this little fellow who's going to give us a mission.
Working with the core, huh? Without even a power.
So let's go and do that. Oh yeah, maybe we have a new power. I didn't check. Oh yeah, we have a couple new powers. So let's go see how we're going to assign our powers. Gee, we got a lot of powers in skill point. I hadn't noticed. So let's go to the acrobatics. Let's take this one here. This one here. This one here. This one here. And this one here. Essentially, those are skills that are going to help us resist being knocked back and being stunned. It can get annoying pretty quick, and this is a launching roll, which will allow us to be able to, if we get stunned or controlled or something, we can use this power, and it will allow us to break free from the stun or the control, and it will give us some power back. As for powers, I think I will go for, well, let's see the iconic powers. Nothing I can need there. Let's go with this here. Essentially, I took the Gauss grenade. It's going to allow me to debuff enemy players. I'm going to be able to reduce their defenses. And I think I will add that. Or will I? I think I'll replace that with the grenade. Essentially, with the grenade, I'm going to reduce the defense of the enemies. I suppose the dart would reduce their damage output. I guess I prefer to go with the defense. So we'll start with the mission that the little guy on the street gave me to help the panicked recruits. That's going to allow me to fight them evil yellow lanterns.
I can do this. Go. I'm using all my willpower. What's going wrong?
Essentially, we're going to help
Feel
this
it.
little guy.
I have my ring back. Stay with me, baby.
And of course, the grenade does not just reduce the enemy's defense, it also does some damage.
Two? Alright, let's go for 3 this time. Come on, Ray.
I don't know if you can see under the enemy of the under the name of the constructs, they have this little red shield. Essentially, that means that I've lowered their defenses. They're more vulnerable thanks to the power I just used.
I can do this. Go. I'm using all my willpower. What's going wrong? Gotta get
And it's the same for you as a player. Like if you ever see a little red shield underneath underneath your character's name, it just means that someone is reducing your defense, like some NPCs or enemies. I'm sorry, I'm not sure how to check the comments while I'm in full screen mode,
concentration.
so I hope it wasn't too important. Odds are I'll probably never read it. I'm sorry about that. I'm kind of new at this, so I haven't figured out how to use everything yet properly.
I'm using all my willpower. What's going wrong? I don't know what's wrong with our rings. We need to turn them.
And for those who came in late, I'm going to post the video on YouTube afterwards. So if you ever want to watch the whole thing for some reason, you should be able to find it there. So we did complete our mission with the recruits. So let's continue our main mission.
Whatever's disrupting their power rings is here in Metropolis. Until they find it, it's up to us to take out Sinestro's
There's already
vanguard
a friend
and help the
who's
core.
doing a mission, it seems.
Their rings draw on pure willpower. See if you can lend some of
And
yours.
he's using the title the Legendary. I'm of mixed opinions with those titles. Yeah, I guess it's kind of nice if you want to be the legendary Red Nuke or the powerful whatever. Just that there's a lot of crap, I guess, on the screen. Obviously we have the character's name, but usually we also have their league name, and now we have the title. So it makes for a lot of text above each player. So it does clutter the screen pretty quick. It's not that bad when there's only a handful of characters, but when there's a lot of them, it can be a bit much. But I understand that some people seems to like having a title. Although some character names actually manage to work in the title within the name. Like you'll see various Invincible Iron Man, where the title or the adjective is already within the name. So I wonder if we'll start seeing at some point the legendary Invincible Iron Man or some such thing. It may be a bit redundant for some people.
Thanks for the help. Let me return the favor. I'll cover you.
Somehow I still hear this point, even though I already collected it. And as I was mentioning before, please, if you ever play a controller character, use the power over time ability. It's the little lightning bolt that appears underneath your name. So essentially, whenever you use a power over time ability, it will activate that little lightning bolt. And what that does is that it will give power to your whole group. But I see way too many controllers who don't give any power at all, or healers who don't heal at all. It's a pet peeve
I
of
almost had
mine.
it, but with my ring like this,
can I
no
do?
good. Maybe we can take it together.
I understand wanting to do damage, and sometimes people are stuck playing support roles because they made a group and their friends each took a role and they ended up taking the last role available. That's pretty much how I created my Magneto character. Essentially, everyone chose a role, a power, and then whatever role was coming with it. And the last role that wasn't used, that no one was using, was the controller role. So I ended up using that, and it became my main character after that.
Let me get my head on straight so I can push through with this ring. I'll stick with you for now.
I can understand that some people don't want to be batteries, but at the very least, at least have the power over time running, even if you never use the defibrillator. I guess I'll touch more on that at some point when I decide to make a video for controllers. I should do that before long. Essentially, I just want my character to have access to all his powers and all his debuffs before doing that. So probably once I reach level 30, I'll make such a video. I would be tempted to say that the controller role is probably the hardest role of them all,
Sinestro Corps'
for
yellow
various
powers
reasons.
draw on the power of fear, much like the Green Lantern rings draw on willpower.
To keep it simple, you have to keep track of a lot of things when you play as a controller, as opposed to when you play as a tank. You just try to keep to pull the characters towards you, the NPCs towards you. And when you play as a healer, well, when you see one of your friends, when one of your friends' hit points going down, well, you start healing. So as a healer, you pretty much you can just keep track of the health point and you'll do fine. As a tank, you can keep track of the ads and again you'll do fine. But as a controller, you have to keep track of everyone's power bar. You have to keep track of where everyone is located in order to make sure that you actually can give power to them. You have to keep track also of the enemies, like do you need to cast a debuff on them, and if so, which debuff?
I'm confident of the criminal Sinestro, body dead or alive.
Also, some controllers have group shield, so again, you have to keep track. Do you need to shield the group or not? Those group shields usually are supercharged, so you have to make sure to cast them at the right time and not to waste them. So you have to keep track of a lot of things. It's only at some point when I played with a couple of friends who were all healers that I realized how much I needed to keep track of everything, and how much they literally didn't have to keep track of much more than health point. Of course, that can be a bit more tricky when you get into certain missions where you have to mind your surroundings and have situational awareness, as they call it. But as a controller, you pretty much need situation awareness from the get-go and from as soon as you start playing with other players. Ooh, another level. So we still need to defeat a few Sinestro Corps members. Let's go assign our new power. So we got a new power point. We could. The neural neuralizer is a fairly good ability, but I think I'll stay away from. I'll try to stick to playing Wolverine for now. It's not the best option because in endgame content, it's going to make things a bit more challenging if you play what I would call a role play character. There's nothing wrong with playing a role play character. It's just that by the time you reach the end game, it may not be the best option. You sometimes have to, I won't say min max your character, but yeah, you have to make sure that everything you use is useful. But just for the heck of it, I'll take super strength. Now, Wolverine is a fairly strong guy. And I always get a kick of being able to pick up them buses and buses, trucks, and whatever you can pick up. Like in Coast City, there's this tanker truck you can pick up, which always cracks me up whenever I do that mission. We still have a bunch of this guy to defeat. There's a bounty nearby called Arkello. I'm gonna try not to attract him because he's a little too tough for me right now. I'm not high level enough to look out for trouble with him. And you can see him right there, I think. Like the big fella walking. So we'll try to just target those around him without targeting him. Like this here is the defibrillator. Essentially what it does is that it gives you a bit of a boost. It does increase your might and your precision for a bit. And it does give power to the group members in your group who have the less power. As you can see under the shock trooper, you can see the little red shield, meaning that we did the diminishes defense. I'm not sure by how much you actually reduce the defense. It's not a lot. It's something like a 5%, 7%, 5 or 7%. If you ever want the actual numbers, it shouldn't be too difficult to look them up. But essentially, usually I'll use a power that is useful, so that way when you use the power, you'll use it for, like in this case, I'll use it to do damage, essentially. But it has the added bonus of also lowering the defense of the character. So it's a nice bonus.
I'm watching the ring's energy signatures. It looks like something is blocking their usual power
Debuffing
source.
the characters
It's trying
aren't
to
that
rewrite
essential.
all of them somehow. Both
Don't
Sinestro
get me
and
wrong.
Green Lantern
It
Corps.
never hurts to lower the defense of a character or to lower his damage output. But it won't make or break an instance. But there's a few there's a few missions
Getting desperate.
where it's a bit more useful. Like there's a mission in the League Halls where there's this mini boss who essentially gets buffed. He gets a defense buff from some little robots. So when he gets the defense buff, if you cast the defense debuff, not only will it get rid of will it lower his defense, but it will also get rid of the buff. So it gets a bit more useful then, since you get rid of his buff and you debuff him at the same time. But there's only really a handful of NPCs that you really need to debuff. For the others, you'll do it by force of habit, but if you don't do it, it's not that big a deal. And now the thing is too high. I can't click it. Okay. That's one of the drawbacks of doing a non-flying character. Sometimes things are way too high, you don't have access to them. So if you ever do an acrobat, remember that ideally you want to play a flying character in this universe for various reasons. I'll probably load a flying character at some point just to show the contrast. But it's so much it's easier and more convenient to play a flying character.
Ring status report.
An acrobat is fun, and a speedster is really fun. Don't get me wrong, but it's a lot more work than with a flying character. A flying character you can just fly around and enjoy yourself. With an acrobat or even a speedster, you have to work a bit harder just to go from point A to point B sometimes. Or even worse, when there's an exhibit that's hidden way up high in a building or in a tight corner, sometimes you have to work hard to try and get it.
Ring status report. Green Lantern 804 deceased.
I will wring your neck.
Ring status report. Sinestro Corps member 482 deceased. Sinestro Corps Ring status report. Sinestro Corps member 1107 deceased. Sector scan.
Sadly, if you can hear the dialogue, I guess
Status report. Green
you'll hear that those lanterns are dead.
Ring status report. Sinestro Corps member.
So yes, you do kill those yellow lanterns, but Wolverine is not only the best he is at what he does. He's a scruffy little fella who will not be afraid to get in a scrap and slice off your head if he has to. And again, it's too high.
Keep the Sinestro Corps away from our rings.
Green Lantern 151. Ring status report. Sinestro Corps member 1. Ring status report. Green Lantern 1066 deceased. Space sectors.
So it's a case of avoiding to use the the sticky bomb, the sticky grenade, because it can throw the evil yellow lantern up in the air. So in this case, it's better to use the gas grenade, which essentially brings it down. So you won't have to go all the way up there to try to get this little thingy here.
Status report. Sinestro Corps member.
I'm not sure why it... There you go.
You must place the Sinestro power rings into our prison constructs while they remain vulnerable.
Ring status report. Sinestro Corps member 482 deceased. Sector scan 48.
Sinestro's getting desperate. His core is capturing Green Lantern rings and holding them in yellow prison constructs to weaken the Green Lantern core. Free the rings. Even if the core can't use them, at least we'll get them out of Sinestro's hands.
So we have the next part of our quest that's available to us, but I'm going to try to finish the quest out here first. Shouldn't be too long.
Ring status report.
We still have only about six Yellow Lantern to defeat. So that's 5. There's number 4. And there's a couple over there. And over there to the left you can see Kilowog. He's a pretty iconic Green Lantern character. If you saw the infamous Green Lantern movie, Kilowog was there, played by the late Michael Clark Duncan. So we're pretty much done for the missions outside. So let's go and complete it.
I'm tracking a huge yellow light construct at City Hall. It looks like...
And we got some brand new shoulder pads. Ain't that sweet?
I'm alerting John Stewart. He'll meet you inside with the core.
Oh, we got a new ring, level 18. Might as well equip that right now.
Sinestro has created a yellow fear generator construct to boost all of his malfunctioning rings.
Some new boots that are similar, so we'll just take the style.
Maybe then Sinestro will
The pants, the
we can locate the source of the real
sword.
disturbance.
Not much worth looking at. So I guess we can enter and continue the mission here. If you excuse me just a few seconds, I'll be right back. Good. So for in here, I think I will go DPS, which is sad because it means I'm going to have to re-equip some of my equipment. There we go. And I'm going to have to reassign some of the skill points and power I had. So let's go here. And here. So we'll take the strength. And here we'll take. Okay, we have this this power weapon expert, which essentially will give us an extra 2% critical attack chance. So in short, we have more chances to do a critical attack. So let's use that, and let's do this.
Oh, one of the good guys. The Sinestro Corps is using remote fear generators.
So as usual, there's often a little guy who will give us a side mission, and then we go into the main mission.
Good. One of Sinestro's manhunters is just behind this door. He's been slightly damaged, so that may give us an advantage. Bring down the shield. We're heading in brightest day, in blackest night.
So if there was a time to summon our little friends, the time was now.
Evil's might. Beware my power. Green Lantern's light.
Calculation complete.
And here we have to defeat a bunch of Yellow Lantern, and we have to defeat an evil manhunter. Things are going pretty well. For this mission, it's a good idea to switch to DPS. The Lanterns and the Manhunter are pretty tough. If you try to do them as a controller, it's gonna be a tough challenge. So we're going to click this little lantern and take this point. Let's carry this barrel around for a bit.
Heralds of Sinestro, wielders of the power rings that concentrate fear.
Sometimes there's a little thingy up here. No chest. I thought there'd be maybe a treasure chest. But it's okay. We might find one elsewhere. So again, we'll click this little thingy here. And then we'll take our barrel again. Oh, we got another feat completed. I'm not sure why the barrel didn't break. There we go. We have to destroy this big lantern. And then there's a bunch of Yellow Lantern to defeat and their constructs. We didn't really have to, but why not?
John Stewart, Manhunter Bounty. Aptitude for technology, and able to create elaborate light constructs. Wanted dead or alive on counts of aiding and abetting the Green Lantern Corps.
I'll sometimes try to clear everything behind me in case I need to retreat or something. Or sometimes there's a few areas where if you don't clear the characters behind you, the game always consider you to be in combat. So you won't have the what is known as the out of combat regen. Essentially, out of combat, your health point will regenerate faster, and I think your power also. But if the game consider you to always be in combat, then it won't regenerate as much. So, and sometimes leaving characters behind you will make the game believe that you're still in combat. So to be on the safe side, unless there's a billion mobs or ads, you may as well clear everything that's behind you.
I see through your protests. You fear Sinestro's power. You fear what's right. But you cannot stop the Sinestro Corps, and you will pay for this attempt to limit our power.
Sadly, we're going to have to beat up poor Sinestro, the most awesome Green Lantern ever.
Never your strong point. You want to fight? You got one.
Burn in my light.
Essentially, we have to try to avoid Sinestro's saw blades. Either avoid them or let's use our friendly friend, the barrel here instead, just to keep us alive. Blocking helps too. It does prevent a bit of the damage.
Or maybe your will to inspire fear isn't up to a real fight.
If you are so sure of your
Also, at some point there will be the fortified blocking mod, which I'll use, which is pretty good to give some survivability to your character. Essentially, when we were doing the League All missions, I could almost replace the tank if need be, or even if there was no tank, I could be the tank with my controller, thanks to the fortified exhibit mod. Let's go over here. Come on. Let's go help out our friends Green Lantern survive by giving them some healing. As you can see, Sinestro is pretty much shielded, but his shield should end soon.
Cower before your own defeat. Your fear only makes us stronger.
Don't need to let evil escape my sight. It's right here in front of me.
Now we should be able to finish him off. Not yet. One more go.
Calculation completed.
I sense fear in this room.
No real strategy to avoid the blade other than possibly running in circles, or maybe blocking a bit. Here we go. So So we'll talk to our friend John Stewart.
Thanks for that. Last assault should have drained Sinestro's rings near zero. Maybe now the lanterns can finally track the source of the original disturbance. You did Metropolis proud, and the Green Lantern Corps as well.
Lanterns, for fear dwells within us all.
Sinestro won't get far.
We'll skip the cinematic.
Thanks for the hand. We'll take it from here. Sinestro Manhunter Bounty, former member of the Green Lantern Corps, now ruthless head of the Yellow Lanterns. Wanted dead or alive for counts too numerous to display.
We got a better plan, might and health. So let's consume that. A pair of boots, no, that's pretty much the same we had before. So all we got was this lousy ring, which is fitting, I guess. We did fight a bunch of yellow lanterns with their rings. Quick checkup. Sometimes there's a small chest hidden somewhere here. Doesn't seem to be there. Well, sometimes it's close to the exit. Man, it's not there. Oh well. No chest for you. So I think we have to go complete the mission in the journal. And then activate the next step. So basically we have to go back to the Green Lantern Recruiter. Not sure why I can't. There we go. Sometimes when you take the time to look around, the city is looks pretty nice. It's fairly well designed. They probably could have simplified it a bit to make it less heavy graphically, less demanding. But that's a minor complaint, I guess. When I started playing this universe, naively I thought that it would start with Gotham City, then Metropolis. And then at some point they would add Coast City and Central City and Star City and a bunch of other places that I can't think of right now. Sadly, I thought I had this one. Okay, there's two. I think each safe house gives you one poster, maybe. So essentially, at some point, I thought they would give us Central City and Star City and other places, OWA, and technically they did, but Central City is a very, very tiny city, and Coast City is devastated. The same with Bloodhaven. Bloodhaven is devastated. So I wouldn't really count them as a city. More like a couple of
On
city
behalf
blocks
of
at
the Corps,
best.
accept my thanks. Strangely, even with the fear generator destroyed, our rings are still erratic.
Oh, good.
We may need to call
Good
upon
helmet.
you again.
So we got a
Joker's
collection.
clowns are attacking civilians in Burnley. Nightwing was the last one in, but he's held up in the East End station with the GCPD. Batman wants you to check in with him. He'll contact you on site.
Oh, let's do this here. So we will need a few recovery kits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 recovery kits and 5 alpha beta kits.
What can I help you with?
4, 5. 3, 4, 5. Easy boy. So we're going to make 1 yellow, 2 yellow, and 3 reds. 2 yellow, 3 reds. Oh, I only have 2 reds left. So 2 yellow, 2 reds. Guess I'm going to need to go farm a tiny bit more for exobits. I don't have quite the amount I need for all my gear. So I just need 1 more red. I'll go farm for a bit later on. So let's go check our mail. Oh, and we sold the item in the broker sold for $1,000. So, oh yeah, we're rich, rich, I says. Oh, better necklace than what we had. So let's go at least repair. Should probably sell, but I
Need
need
any
to go back to my
merchandise
base
to
for
help
that.
with your everyday battle for freedom, truth, and justice?
I wasted a few bucks, but who cares at this point? So our next mission will be, oh well, we'll be back in Gotham. So that probably will be next time. In between, I'll probably go back and re-imprint my armories and possibly farm a bit for exobits. But yeah, next time we'll go talk to Nightwing and we'll go do some more missions in Gotham. So hopefully you guys had a good time. So thanks for listening and hopefully until next time. Thanks. Bye bye.